Hello, hello, happy Friday, and welcome to our Adobe Express live stream. Hello to everyone who is joining me in the chat. Come say hi if you're watching and haven't joined the chat yet. We're over on Behance. Hi to Sandrine. Hi to Tony. Tony's bringing all the lizzing jokes to the chat today. He's lizzing his best life, lizzing on the edge. Love it. I love the community and the chat. So today we are going to be looking at making custom banners for our various profiles. So let me show you what I mean as an example. So I'm just going to head over to LinkedIn, and this is the sort of profile banner that we're looking at today. So this is fine, it looks okay. I've got an image there, which is a nice photo, but actually the profile banner at the top of your profile, like on LinkedIn or Facebook, anywhere like that, you can see my Facebook one here. This is actually prime real estate to get across a message or a call to action that you want to share with your community. So I'm going to design a new banner for myself that is going to give people some helpful information, give them a call to action. So that is what we're going to be working on today. So I'm going to head over to Adobe Express, and we are going to start with the big plus, and we are going to find the template that we need. So actually, I'm going to search the templates to get the sizes. Or no, I'm going to go plus custom size graphic, and we'll find, let's see if we can find it on here. Perfect. So I've gone to social profile, and we will scroll through, and we're going to find our LinkedIn profile cover. So I'm not having to look at the dimensions. It's got it all here for me, which is super handy. So there's a lot of chip helmet chat in the chat already. If you haven't watched any of Maddie's streams recently, you might not know what that's all about. But yeah, right. Let me click next. That would actually be helpful. Okay, so what I'm going to do to start off with, we'll do a few different banners today, but if we've got time, I'm going to start off with making a profile banner for my podcast. So I want to create a call to action that's going to go at the top of my profile, that is going to let people know that I have a podcast, that they could go listen to it, and that the episodes come out every Wednesday. So I'm going to start off with going to photos, and I'm going to upload a photo, and I've got my podcast sort of artwork here, which I'm going to add into my design. And then I think what I'm going to do is just crop and shape it and turn this into a circle so that we've got a bit of a sort of profile picture kind of look. Yeah. Let me know in the chat if what you could have, if you were going to make a profile banner, maybe what you could have as a call to action, or what you could share. Hi to Mike, Tim, Nadia. Thanks for joining us in the chat. Lovely to see everyone. Let me go to shapes, and I'm going to get a circle. And I'm going to make a bit of a sort of border for my profile picture. So let me get the eyedropper, and I want to get this yellow here so that I can keep all the colors nice and on brand. And then I'm going to head to my layers and just move that behind. Make it a little bit smaller. Get that all lined up. So I'm going to group those together now, if it'll let me. Perfect. So the group button's just up there, and then I can easily resize those two together, which is great. Now, one thing that you have to keep in mind when you're designing a profile banner is that this is where, so at the moment we're doing the LinkedIn one, so this is where the image is. So I'm going to want to avoid having anything important kind of in this bottom left-hand corner. So at the moment, I'm going to just leave this here. I'm gonna change the background color and I want to have it this sort of, I think for now I'll have it this green, or maybe we'll go for this dark green. Yeah, maybe the dark green. And then what I'm going to do is add some text. So I'm going to make sure that it's over in the right-hand corner or the right-hand side so that it sort of fills up this space here. And we want to sort of draw the eye in over there. So let's add some text. So I'm going to put new episodes. Ah, here we go. The bad spelling. New episodes. And then I'm gonna do another one that says every Wednesday. So then people can know when to look out for a new episode. Oh, Sandrine says she used to have a template with all the forbidden areas for Facebook and LinkedIn. I assume I could use them in Express by overlaying them and then reduce opacity to match. Yeah, that's a really good idea. And that's really helpful. Like having that, just having that information. I generally just tend to sort of do it by eye and then try it out. But if you've got a template like that, that is really handy. I might make myself some of those. That's a really good idea. But yeah, Tony's pointed out that he used to do that too, but the changes were so frequent. So yeah, they do change. They do like to change these things quite often. So yeah, I tend to just sort of do it, like I said, by eye. So what I'm going to do is change this to my brand font, which I'm on the wrong brand, so let me just fix that. So if you were here for last week's stream, I was working with the Bokachuk brand. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to head back to the home page and I'm going to go to my brands. I'd made this one my sort of preferred brand. So I am going to make this one my default brand, just so that everything comes up nice and easily for me. And then if I go back to the home, I can just quickly get back to the project that I was working on down the bottom. Right, so let me just change this. And we'll go for Quincy Bold, which is the font that I use. And then I think I'm going to put them in some boxes. Sandrine says that she's trying to be more active on LinkedIn at the moment, so needs to spruce up that profile picture and banner. I am the same, Sandrine. LinkedIn, I was always a bit wary of LinkedIn, but inspired by people like Tony, who is absolutely killing it on LinkedIn, I'm trying to do better, trying to show up there a bit more. And I don't know if anyone follows Andy Lambert, but he shares social media. He works for Adobe and shares social media updates, and he has some really interesting stats on like engagement on LinkedIn. I think it's a really good place to be sort of focusing on at the moment. So that is what I'm trying to do. So I'm just going to make some little boxes for my type to just make it really stand out. I'll change the font color in a minute. I'm not going to go for white on yellow because that is going to be very difficult to read. You can use the shortcuts to move your layers around, but then you've always got this stack here if you want to do it in a more visual way. Okay, so let's try some colors for this. I think that should work. And then I'm going to group them together. I don't know if this is, I think this is maybe just a me thing, but I just always like putting things on a slightly jaunty angle. So I'm just going to sort of put them a bit like that over here. And then I think I'm going to bring this down sort of into the middle of the banner. And then the last thing that I want to include is the website so that people can know where they can go and find them. So I think I'm going to add that in just under here. So let me add some more text and I'll put in the website where people can find the podcast /podcast and go back to my brand fonts. I'm going to put this in sans serif, I think, and then bring that down to the bottom. And then I just want to, I'm going to make this, I'm going to get my little eyedropper tool and I'm going to make this the purple that's in the glasses in the illustration, and put it, I think for now I'm going to put it here, but I might play around with that in a minute. I could also, yeah, what I'm going to also do is, actually, do you know what I've changed my mind. I'm going to get another box. So go to shapes and, oh, interesting. I don't know who else would be editing my project at the same time, but let's keep rolling. So get my box. I'm going to make this the purple and I'm going to have a little banner along the bottom, just to make the web address stand out a little bit more. I think that'll look nice. And then it doesn't matter about this bit over on the left because the profile image will just go over that. So yeah. Hi, Sean in the chat. Hi, General Kenobi. Right. So we'll put this up here. And I'll make this the dark green that the background is. And then I'm going to make this, put this sort of in the middle. And then I'm going to have, I'm going to add some like stars that can go over on this side, just so that this side isn't completely blank. So if I search stars, see what comes up. I really like these sort of hand-drawn kind of a look. So I'm going to put some of these around the place. And I'll probably do a mix of the purple and the yellow. Let's see if I can find some others. Some other sort of hand-drawn ones. Oh, you know what? Maybe if I put in star, I might get some individual ones because that would be helpful. Maybe I'll go with something like this. In fact, I might delete this one completely and go for, make a little sort of almost like a pattern because I've used that on some of my other artwork for the podcast. So if you're just joining us, we are making a profile banner, a custom profile banner that has a bit of a call to action that we can use on things like LinkedIn and Facebook, so that we're sort of making the most of that space at the top of our profile. So we've got our sort of call to action of what we want people to do. We'll make some more in a minute. I've just gone for podcast because that's probably what I would want to guide people towards, but it could be all sorts of things. Like if you've got, it could be any of your social platforms. It could be if you've got a mailing list that you want people to sign up to. There's all sorts of things that you could use it for. We'll do a mailing list one next. So I'll just finish off this. And then we'll do another one that looks a bit different. Hi, Annika. Nice to see you. Annika's loving the call to actions. I'm all about the call to actions now that I've been improving my marketing. Okay, great. So that's going to be my banner, and that is going to go on my LinkedIn page up here. So the stars should appear around this bit. Then we've got the podcast artwork, and then the call to action will be over here on the right, which will be really visible. So let's start a new project, and we'll do another one for a mailing list. But you can see, especially if you've got your brand set up, you can see how quickly this is to do. I did that in sort of like 10, 15 minutes. So let's create another one. We'll head to custom size graphic and we'll go to social profile. And for this one, we're going to go for the Facebook profile cover. So let's click on that and click next. And we're going to do one that is like a call to action for signing up to an email newsletter. So let's I think for this one I'm going to go to design assets and have a little look and see if I can find some nice sort of collage. Like, yes, these collage people. I love collage stuff. I'm gonna get this is all gonna be about the collage in this one. Quite a different look and feel. Let me just choose a solid color. Let me pick a color. I think I'm gonna go for a sort of bluey color. So, yeah. Oh yeah, bluey purpley, something like that. Nice. Tony's asked Annika what it's like not to have to say save, because that's Annika's motto. I'm glad you can have a break, because thankfully Adobe Express is doing all the saving for me up here, which is great. So let's have a play around with some of these elements. I love how this one's like a combination of a photo and then it's got other bits in it as well. Oh, I've put it on twice. You can also ungroup this and separate the elements if you want to. So you can see I'm moving all these around. I'm actually going to group it, I think, because I quite like how it's looking. So again, I'm going to just sort of be aware that the profile image is going to be appearing down here. So on Facebook, it doesn't sort of encroach into the design that much. So I don't need to worry about it too much, but it's going to come up down here. So yeah, I really like that. Let's have a look at what other collage elements we've got. Maybe some sort of individual bits and pieces that we can bring in and scatter around. You can find sort of design elements, design assets, shapes for whatever kind of style that you want to go for. So if you're, doing something really corporate, then you can keep it a very different look. But yeah, I love that there's sort of lots of inspiration for different styles and designs that you can have. Oh, okay. Sandrine has got a great tip in the chat for us. When people are looking from a mobile, the profile pic appears in the middle for Facebook. So that is definitely something worth checking out as well. How is it going to look on mobile? So you can factor that into when you're creating your design. That's brilliant. Thank you. Yeah, I don't know what it's like for LinkedIn, but I'm going to check both of those afterwards just to make sure that the key information, I don't really mind if like bits of the illustration get covered, but you don't want the key bits of information to be obscured even when people are looking on mobile. Always good to think about these things. This is why I love the chat, because everyone's got such helpful tips. Okay, so now I'm going to add some text over to this side, and I might just sort of scroll through and have a look at the different textiles that they already have. See if there's anything. Oh, this is cute. See if there's anything that I fancy. Let's have a look. Maybe something like this. And then we'll put sign up to the mailing list. It's quite a bit longer than what was there before, so we might have to just tweak this slightly. We can check out all the separate elements down here. So I think I'm just going to get rid of that shop now element. I'm going to ungroup and let's just make this a bit smaller. There we go. I actually like how that looks slightly off the color in the background. So I'm just going to make sure that the colors, I'm going to try and get a color from the illustration just to make sure that it all sort of goes together nicely. There is some yellows in here, so that could work. Maybe we'll go for something like that. Nice. And then I'm going to add a few more of the design assets, the collage assets. Let's see. Let's get some more of these in here. Now, something that we want to think about with this one is where we can direct them to. So it would be good to have a website down the bottom. So let's add a little bit more text. Oh, I didn't. Let's add it. Let's not have that one. Let's go back to text and see. Oh, it's going to put it all in that style. Let's just change the style. Go for something a bit, get rid of the shape. You can control all of those sort of aspects over here on the right, which is handy. And then we'll just put lizmosley.net. But I think I am going to match it up to that font. So we're going to go Botanica. Oh, clicked on the wrong thing. Nice. There we go. So we'll put this down here so that people know where to go. I'm going to change the color, maybe see if I get a lighter blue from the hair. And then that is how it is looking. I'm going to bring in a couple more elements up here. So head back over to the design assets. I'm getting a bit carried away with the the collage look, but I really like it. And I like how it's got this this sort of photographic collage combo going on. Put this, I'm just going to move this behind the text so it goes behind the box. Nice. So there we have our second profile banner. This one is not on brand for me, so I'm not going to use it on mine. I think I'm going to upload the other one later to my LinkedIn page. But yeah, you can see how it is all coming together. And if you head back to the home page and we go to custom size graphic, you'll see that there, you'll be able to create these for all of the different sizes. And the other thing that is really handy to do, let me just go back. Save project. If I head into here, say I've created one banner that I'm really happy with, but I want to have it as my profile banner for all different places, I can duplicate the page and then head over to resize. And I can scroll through and I can say, okay, I've got my Facebook profile cover here. Now I want to make this into my Twitter header and it's going to resize it for me. And you'll see it's done a pretty good job of getting the resize, yeah, pretty spot on. I just need to maybe, like move a few of these bits over because it's longer. I might want to add a few bits in, but really quickly, within minutes, I can have my profile banner for all of my different pages, and they're going to look really consistent because I can just reuse the same design. I might want to change the colors slightly so they're not all exactly the same, but they're all going to look on brand. um Thanks, guys. Annika says this is looking cool. Love how you use the assets to make it your own. And Tony says you're doing these so quickly. I think that I should hire you to do ours. We can chat, Tony. We can chat about it. Or you can just do them really quickly in Adobe Express. But yeah, so this stream has gone so fast today. That's all we've got time for today. Up next, we have got a Photoshop masterclass with Paul Trani, and the theme is stylize it like it's 1985. So I'm going to stick around to watch that because that was the year that I was born. So yeah, good fun times. So yeah, stick around and enjoy those streams, and I will be back next week with another Adobe Express live stream for you on a Friday. Have a great weekend, everybody.